title?
D-Jetronic symptoms, bad injection trigger points. In this shop, we see a lot of Mercedes equipped with D-Jetronic fuel injection, which puts us in the unique position of being able to identify problems in these cars that the rest of the world has forgotten. One of the symptoms that I'm confronted with more and more these days is the symptom of failed injection trigger points. Well, it's easy for me to talk about it, but how do you know if that's what's wrong with your 280 SE 4.5 or your 450 SL? The first symptom is that you almost feel like the engine has a miss, but not a hard miss like there's a bad spark plug, rather a soft miss, like one cylinder may be getting a restricted amount of fuel. The easiest way to identify which cylinder is missing is to go to the engine while it's running and unplug the injection valves one by one. See if for some reason the cylinder that has been unplugged, or the injection valve that's unplugged, doesn't affect the way that the car is running. If you unplug the injector and the car suddenly starts to run rough, this is a good sign, because it means that that injection valve was working and getting signal, so plug it back in. If you keep going down the line to another injection valve and unplugging it has no effect, then you know that this one may not be working. Now there's a little part called a Noid light, G-N-O-I-D, that you plug into the socket. These are a special low voltage test light that can interface at the plug of the injector, and you can watch it blink on and off if the injector is actually getting its signal. If the injector is not getting its signal, then you won't get a light. But if it is getting its signal, the light will flash on and off rapidly at very low voltage, of course. Now, how then do we know what's causing the problem? Well, the number one way you know that you have a bad set of trigger points is that you will have two injectors that are out, because the trigger points work in pairs. I believe that it's 1 and 5, 3 and 6, 2 and 7, and 4 and 8 that are paired together on the trigger point. So if you look at the firing order, they're actually the ones that are located next to each other. 1 and then 5 fire, and so trigger points 1 and 5 are actually paired. Anyway, what you do next is you pull the distributor out, you take the trigger points out, and you clean them really well, especially on their contact, because grease and dirt can get in there and keep the trigger points from working. I find this to be a very common problem, and if your trigger points are bad and you see a lot of electrical debris and carbon buildup there, replacing them isn't a bad idea either. A new set from Mercedes is $400 to $500, which sounds expensive, but it's a heck of a lot cheaper than a bad diagnosis on your car. Anyway, for more information about how your D-Jetronic system works, drop us a line and we'll be happy to intervene. Thank you so much. Like and share, and think about supporting us on Patreon.